Alright, hey guys, Paxter, welcome back to another Pokemon Pocket video. As the title states, we're going to be going over Silvally yet again. This is yet another Silvally deck showcase. When this card first came out in Extra Dimensional Crisis, this guy dominated the meta. I just remember rank being just pretty much mirror matches. I would be using Silvally, and I would just be going against another Silvally deck. I feel like that was like 80% of my rank games in general for that season. Months later, he's still super viable, very fun. And yeah, if you guys are a new player and are thinking of investing into this deck, then I highly suggest you do. Not just because of Silvally, but pretty much all the other cards in this deck, they have a very high usage in the meta and for the foreseeable future. So yeah, as you can see, you have Type Null, Silvally of course, paired with Lucario and Pikachu. These two cards, both lightning, and they are so essential in a lot of decks, especially this one. So yeah, Lucario, this again, the Nightmare Bird, if you guys don't know, this guy basically cock blocks 90% of EXs. The only EXs that can really do damage are EX Pokemon that inflict status effects, so like Burn, Darkrai's ability as well. So yeah, Lucario amazing. Pikachu is also amazing as well. Just using this guy at least one time helps you out tremendously, especially towards the early game. And yeah, looking at the deck, Silvally, ideally for this card, you want to go second. If you go second, then your second turn, you're attacking with Silvally. If you go first, then without Pikachu, you're attacking your third turn with Silvally. With Pikachu, you're attacking your second turn. So yeah, so you're getting an insane lead. If you have Pikachu turn 1, Type Null on the bench, evolving to Silvally next turn. And yeah, that's basically the deck in a nutshell. Kind of a long explanation, but yeah, I'm just trying to explain how goated this deck is. Overall, all the cards are very good. And keep in mind, they're all non-EXs. So you can pretty much just take your time with this deck. But yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, I highly suggest liking and subscribing so you don't miss out on Pokemon Pocket content. And without further ado, let's get right into this deck showcase. Here we are in our first battle, going first. This is not good. This is a very bad starting hand in my opinion. Like, what am I looking here? So yeah, I'm playing this in ranked. My usual format is to do one soul battle, at least one PvP battle, and then finish the video off with ranked. But since this deck is already kind of widely known, it's a pretty old deck, kind of, at this point. I'm just gonna do all the battles for this deck showcase in ranked. And okay, yeah, this is not good. Because Lucario is attacking in 3 turns. This guy is attacking his next turn. Everybody here is attacking basically the 3rd turn. Alright, opponent's using a Raikou Zeraora deck. Ooh, okay. We can definitely cook with this. So right now, we might as well just leave it Lucario. Like, this is very slow. This deck doesn't really have any XPs or any leaves. So if you have Lucario out, then you pretty much... yeah, this is pretty rough. This is why baby Pokemon, I feel like... yeah, baby Pokemon in this deck are kind of essential to make it kind of viable. Either run this deck with Pikachu or Zeraora, because Zeraora is still pretty good. But yeah, for now, we can very much play it like this. This is pretty awkward. But at the same time, depending on his hand right here, it could very much stall him a bit. So Sabrina, he does get a bit of value with Raikou out. But again, like even if he elemental switches, Raikou can't attack this bird. So for now, let's end our turn. The only main downside is that he does get value since Voltaic Bullet does do 10 damage to Silvally's. Okay, yes, he does X speeds. Okay, understandable. At this point, I probably should start building Silvally's because Lucario is gonna die in a couple turns. This is not good, man. This is purely because of RNG. We can still win, but we just got a very bad starting hand. He had something a little bit more decent. But for now, just chill like this. On the bright side, we can very much kill Zeraora next turn. The downside is that Raikou should be fully built by then. But for now, yeah, I'm just gonna chill like this. Okay, all he did was feed Raikou. Damn, he has so many cards. So that guy is dead. All right, perfect. So Silvally's out, able to one-shot the Zeraora. Can we got a Guzma, damn. Can we get Professor, please? We very much need Professor's help right here. Kind of forced a Giovanni, a little bit overkill, but at the same time, getting this threat out. Next turn, Raikou's only using 60, keep in mind. So not really that big of a threat, but at the same time, very scary, because looking at his hand, he has 6 cards. So he can easily mess me up with Sabrina. Okay, places down Shinx, damn. Yeah, pretty scary. Next turn, this Silvally is dead, but this is a very good position now, because... oh, Professor as well, perfect. Yeah, so I do this. I feed this Silvally. This is where I have to get into the head of my opponents, because I'm kind of scared to use... I could use Professor's Research right now, but I'm kind of tempted not to, because looking at his hand, he has 7 cards. One of them could be a red card, or a Mars, and that could mess me up, because like, yeah, he might be waiting for me to get more than 4 cards in order to use that, so I'm going to take a bit of a gambit right here and do this. This might be dumb. I might be overthinking this. This guy could be just stupid and has like literal bricks. But looking at this, I feel like the worst thing he could very much do right now is red card or Mars. Because even if he tries to retreat, I have Cyrus, and then at that point, I can just one-shot this Raikou, even with Giant Cape. Alright, yeah, GG. Yeah. So he does one-shot this Silvally. 2 points, but I can close it off with this. And yeah, I mean, he could have had nothing very much, but again, 6 cards. What the fuck is he? He might just be getting super bad luck, but I didn't want to risk it. I did not want to risk it. Yeah, it still worked out though. It still definitely worked out. Easy one-shot. Good first game, yeah. Going against Raikou. This deck is somewhat meta-relevant. I don't know about this guy's deck specifically, but Raikou in general. All right, next battle. Going second. Nice. Leading with this. I feel like the last battle kind of showed how goated this deck really is, because keep in mind, I had a pretty bad starting hand, but I was still able to clutch it out. I feel like Type Null / Silvally is amazing for a non-EX because they do consistent 100 damage. Granted, it is kind of supporter reliant, but looking at this deck, how many supporter cards we have? We have 8 supporter cards, so yeah, a lot. And this is pretty good. So, damn, we're going against another Suicune. Pretty unfortunate, but at this point, I can pretty much lead it like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this, and then hope he doesn't. He very much could Sabrina mess us up a little bit. But at the same time, and we do have Oricorio out, so he really can't do anything. Hopefully he doesn't Mars, but for now, I might as well play it like this. Yeah, let's do that. Attack. This will be huge if I can get heads. It's basically nice. Look at that. Super Toss. Amazing. So I pretty much win if he can mess me up somehow. If he can Mars or Sabrina or something, I can just one-shot the Suicune unless he Aritas. All right, yeah, of course, getting the best starting hand. He does get Greninja out. I'm assuming targeting Oricorio. Yeah, damn, he could still Cyrus. Yeah, he does, of course. Yeah, I probably should have held off on placing Oricorio, but at the same time, this is still pretty good. All right, yeah, not the worst. So at this point, okay. Professor, Pichu, Silvally. Nice, okay. So just chill like this. Beat his Oricorio to apply a bit of pressure, because I'm assuming he's going to sub in this Greninja. Alright, yeah, just going to chill like this for now. And keep in mind, when you're going up against Suicune EX, you kind of want to know your bench. So you don't want to place as much Pokemon down, because again, this guy's damage is variable. It really depends on how many bench Pokemon are out on the field. Right now he's doing 60. However, in addition to Greninja's ability, he's doing 80. So yeah, at this point, interesting. Okay, he just, nice, perfect. I thought he was going to sub in Greninja, but he didn't, which kind of sucks. I thought he was going to like leave and then sub in Greninja and just attack that Oricorio. Yeah, at this point, I might as well just place everything down. This Suicune is going to die. Granted, he could sub in another Suicune, but it's very unlikely. He very much can. I feel like that Suicune won't get that much value, because looking at our board, we have 2 Oricorios, 1 Type Null. So for now, yeah, one-shotting the Suicune. And look at this. So if he attacks with Greninja, because of Rocky Helmet, he's going to be at 100. And because of that, Silvally can definitely just one-shot because we do have Mars. Okay, attacking Oricorio. Interesting. Is he going to Cyrus? He might. He does Guzma. Okay, damn. Okay, that's pretty juicy. But looking at this, yeah, there's really nothing he could do. So, yeah, he can very much get 2 points next turn. But guess what? Silvally's still alive. So if he attacks with his Greninja, it should be still GG. For now, I'm going to Mars him. Only 4 cards, but I don't want him to get another Greninja. A copy of Greninja out. There we go. 100. Gonna be at 20 HP. But yeah, he may have won the battle, but I won the war. The war inside the battle. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, yep. Oricorio is dead. Nightmare Pokemon. Couldn't even get out. Pretty sad. If I were him, I'd probably sub into the Suicune. Okay, no. He's calling my bluff. That's what he's doing. Essentially, that's what he's doing. So he did a Rita, so he's gonna be at 6 HP. And yeah, he's hoping I don't have a supporter card. Which luckily I have Giovanni, because Guzma does jack shit. Doing right now, I have 2 babies. I'm just gonna show them off. Yeah, look at those babies, man. Like them? Oh, you don't? Fuck you. Easy. Giovanni coming in like the boss he is. Just Pokemon enslavement. Yeah, he's all about that. Easy one-shot in this Greninja. GG. Yeah, this deck is pretty fun. And keep in mind, you could use this for solo battles. So there are a lot of solo battles where like there's missions where like you have to use non-EX decks. Basically a deck with no gold rarity card. And yeah, with that being said, you can very much use Silvally. Yeah, since it's all non-EX. The main downside is if you have only the full art Silvallies, then you can't run the deck, which is, I really don't get, because I mean, gold cards are just purely cosmetic. I feel like I really don't get why Dina does it like, because this card is essentially a 3-diamond rarity card in spirit. But I guess Dina thinks that full arts give you too much of an advantage. All right, next battle. Kind of rambled on a bit, but yeah, it's just a little pet peeve of mine. Like, I really don't get why 1-star gold cards aren't considered as non-EXs. It took me a long time to get my non-full art Melodic, and I already had 4 copies of that card. But because it's a gold card, I can't use it for that mission. And yeah, keep in mind, I do spend, I'm not proud of how much money I spend in this game, very much, but I feel like the average player, yeah, it's pretty frustrating when a 3 diamond rarity card is rarer than a full art at a certain point. But okay, yeah, for now, nice. This is very good, very straightforward. Next turn we can just get Silvally out, Pichu as well. Yeah, this is pretty nice. We pretty much have an insane lead. It seems like he's running an Espeon deck. Look at that, Super Toss, amazing. So this turn, if he does evolve, I can pretty much one-shot, but I'm assuming, yeah, he does evolve into Espeon. Not able to one-shot, but at the same time, usually for Silvally's, once you get him out, it's a 2-hit KO. It's a 2-hit KO against this, unless they can pull some magical bullshit like, just pairing this with PC Lady, a potion, Espeon's effect, just healing them up. But most of the cases, it will be a 2-hit KO. In this case, it will be 3, just because of type null, but still, we are in a very good position because, yeah, feeding Espeon. Next turn, he can attack. But if he doesn't red, perfect. So we did evolve into Silvally. Might as well put Pichu down, just in case he does Sabrina, but he might get a bit of value. So keep that in mind. For now, just Mars. I don't want him to get a second copy of Eevee. Getting some pretty good value. Sorry, not Eevee. Espeon or Sylveon. But for now, look at that. This is pretty good. So next turn, we can just one-shot this Espeon. This guy will do 80 damage onto us. But if he can just one-shot him, that's pretty huge because he really can't do much. So he has 2 Espeons down, but energy-wise, we are at an advantage. Yeah, that's rough. He fed Espeon. We're going to be at 30, but again, can this one-shot? Yeah, at this point, I kind of regret placing this Pichu because if I just level this Oricorio, I think at this point, there's really nothing he could do, but that's reliant on that he evolves this into Espeon EX as well. Just thinking about hypotheticals, but at the same time, it doesn't matter because, yeah, after one-shotting this Espeon, look at this. Sure, might as well, at this point, just place Oricorio down. Yeah, just do this. Espeon is knocked out, and he has no energy. No energy on the field. And guess what? Who's he gonna sub? Okay, subs in this guy. Okay, evolving to Espeon. Pretty scary. He's doing 60, though. He's only doing 60. Giant Capes as well. I could still win next turn. A little setback, but at the same time, yeah, there's really nothing he could do right now. Yeah, it's pretty much GG. Guzma. Yeah, dude, just finish it off. Thank you, man. Freaking Edgelord himself. Coming in. Easy one-shot. Yeah, this is a very fun deck. You're just gonna have a lot of fun using this. I feel like the synergy between the card, like the Silvally with Supporter, makes it so much fun to use. Granted, you could still brick, like if you do get a pretty bad hand in which you can't really use any viable supporters. Let's say you have like 2 Gladions, 1 Cyrus, your opponent's bench line has full health, and you have 2 Silvallys already on the field. Pretty annoying. You might run into that. Very unlikely though. So yeah, overall a very consistent deck. Alright, this is gonna be the last battle. Going against another Suicune deck. Interesting. Interesting. Look at that guy, dude. Okay, this guy's running Puke. Not bad of a shiny. I still hate shinies with a passion because, I mean, I don't really understand why they exist. I mean, full art's already cool in my opinion. I don't think we need shinies for... I think it depends on shinies. If they add shinies of like very meta-relevant cards and like fan-favorite cards. But again, it really just messes up the system, especially in regards to Wonder Picks, but that's a whole other topic. Right now, this will be huge if I can get a Tails. Please, Super Toss. Ugh. Always works. If you ever need to get heads... Just like, if you need it like crucially, just, yeah, do Super Toss. At this point, if he attacks with Puke, we do have Giant Cape, so that's pretty good. Okay, he doesn't attack, of course. Yeah. Very awkward, but at the same time, damn, this is not good. At this point, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, why not? Screw you. Yeah, screw you. Sabrina is most likely gonna sub in Suicune. Oh, no, Froakie, okay. Hello, what's up? Let's do this. Super Toss yet again. Another 40, okay. Damn, this guy is really relentless. But should be good though. If I can get what I need, and what I need is not here. He is doing 100 damage. After this turn, he's doing 100. Yeah, this is pretty rough. Hopefully I can get another... Gosh, dude. Yeah, this is pretty rough. I think we should be good if he doesn't have a Gladion. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna do this. Doesn't matter, man. You wanna get heads? Okay, tails. Okay. Type Null is gonna just implode because of Puke's ability, of course. This turn we sub in Oricorio, but he could very much pair Cyrus with Water Shuriken, target this Type Null, which is not what we want. Pretty unfortunate because, again, if I could have evolved, this card would have survived this turn. But if he does have a Cyrus, which he does, damn. Okay, so Type Null is dead, but there is still hope. We're in the end game now. We're very much in the endgame. Looking at his backline, none of them are built. Okay, at this point, just to mess him up, Mars. There's really one card that could save him. That card is either a red card Mars or an Arita. Because I do this, keep in mind we have type advantage. So we do 50 plus 20. Suicune's gonna be at 70. And look at this, man. We got the 28-year-old man right here. About to clutch it unless he can heal a little bit. If he can heal a little bit, it's pretty much GG. Okay, subbing in Puke. Moment of truth. He has 2 cards. Are they gonna be useful? It doesn't seem like it, hopefully. GG. Okay. Oricorio the Nightmare Bird. That's his name. Might as well get the whole gang out here. Hey, what's up? We got the brother right here. Also, I have no idea what the heck's going on. You see that bird in the top, bottom right? I mentioned this before. That guy's dying. That bird is... that bird is definitely just dying. Look at that. Got everybody. The whole crew is out. Look at that. The whole Shabu. That definitely made that word up. Hopefully it's not a slur if I didn't make it up. But yeah, here we go. Cyrus coming in to finish it. GG. Look at that. Oricorio and Nightmare Bird. Yeah, enough said. And yeah, it's a Silvally / Oricorio / Pichu deck showcase. As you can see, all 3 cards pretty much synergize very well with one another. The main downside, in my opinion, is Pichu in this meta currently. Because yeah, this guy can be a huge liability. There's going to be a lot of turns where your opponent gets 2 points. Where your opponent gets 2 points in one turn. Ninja targeting the Pichu, Suicune targeting your active. And yeah, it's very unfortunate, but at the same time, instead of Pichu, you can very much run Zeraora if you want. Zeraora is pretty good if you can pull him your first turn. But also keep in mind, ability aside, he's pretty much a better Oricorio. Because Oricorio, same damage, yeah. But this guy has 10 more HP, and that HP could very much save you, especially if you're going up against something like Greninja. Actually, hold up. Sorry, it has 20 more HP. So yeah, again, if you go up against Greninja, this guy can't get one-shotted, whereas Oricorio very much can. And yeah, as a deck showcase, overall, I'd probably rate it, A+ or S. It really depends on you. I feel like when it comes to ratings, I haven't really given like an S+ rating at all. I don't really think any decks are really that like broken. I leave S+ for pretty much like anything like this game breaking. Like if you go up against them, you pretty much screwed. But I feel like there isn't really one deck that's like very consistently broken. But yeah, with that being said, either in the A+ or S range, still very good. And I feel like this deck will continue to evolve, because keep in mind, when this deck first came out, the pairing with Type Null was definitely with Rampardos. Then it switched to include Zeraora. There's also different variations as well, and then this variation, of course, includes Pichu. And that's what makes Type Null very good, because there's a lot of cards that synergize well with this. It kind of reminds me of Giratina and Darkrai, because I mean, both cards are just in any deck. There's a lot of decks. Somehow either Giratina or Darkrai just work in that deck. No matter what it is, I mean, Giratina can work in any deck. Same thing with this, being colorless and just doing consistent damage. Let's just say S. Just, yeah. Might be a little bit of personal bias, but definitely S. And yeah, it's a deck showcase. Hopefully you guys found this video informative as well as a bit entertaining. I tried to be. And yeah, with that being said, I consider liking and subscribing because it really does help me out tremendously, especially as a small-time content creator. That's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.